the Brian Young being 33, but wow, you know, why am I not surprised? You know, that's so. This is, you know, really.
So somebody said to him, Max Egan and Brian Young equals 33. Now he's going to look it up real time on live stream. This is tantamount to making fun of Andy Kaufman's name. The cough man. Look how obvious they make it. They put it in front of your eyes. Oh yeah, he's gonna speak against the Convid 1984 by George Orwell, and his name is Kaufman. Did Andrew Kaufman have anything to do with his last name? If that's the name he was born with, did he have anything to do with his name? Does that mean the plan was so long range that his father and mother, or maybe grandfather and grandmother, wherever the Kaufman name came from, this is all part of this plan to put this guy in here at this exact time? Was my mom and dad, when they named me Brian Young, were they in on the 666 number 33 Masonic rites plan?
We already know that Brian,
with each passing minute, he goes further and further and further out on a limb.
It's a fraud. So take a look, everyone.
So there I am in the Gematria calendar.
For taking the time. Where his name is Brian Young, and he doesn't hide that, of course, and it's 33. You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me. And people are still going to buy his nonsense? Boy. And obviously, besides that, like I showed so many times, the guy's a Mason. You guys see that? Let me see here. Is that coming through?
Did you hear what he said? He said conclusively, the assertion is, not the assumption, not the implication, the assertion is the guy's a Mason. He says, I am a Mason.
Obviously, besides that, like I showed so many times, the guy's a Mason.
The guy's a Mason.
You guys see that? Let me see here. Is that coming through? So yeah, the
reason I'm showing this, guys, is that's the rationality that we're dealing with here. That's the mentality that we're dealing with here. That's the logic trail this guy, or lack of logic trail, that this guy wants us to follow. Do I deny that there are signs and symbols and that they hold great importance in the eyes of those who believe in them? No, I don't deny that at all. You see this kind of stuff all over the place. It does make you wonder. It makes me wonder. I'm not sure where to go with it.
Just show that Brian Young is 33. And yeah. I mean, what a joke.
Okay, so he just showed Gematria calendar. He's really making a big deal about this Instagram post about 33. That completely implicates me as definitely, not questionably, not maybe he is. He could be. It's a possibility. He's definitely, from the perspective of RV Truth, Russian Vids, Brian Young is definitely a Freemason.
Wow.
He keeps showing my
So
picture.
he took part of the rights, no doubt.
He took part of the rights, no doubt, the Masonic rights.
He's part of the lodge. He has a whole production crew behind him. And I guarantee you his majority are bought and paid for. The sub count is not.
Okay, now here's another point of hypocrisy.
He has a whole production crew behind him.
That's not true. It's just me. Trish does her thing and I do my thing. It's 100% me. He says that I don't even see how another man could make a claim against another man like that when you absolutely do not know. He says, I have a whole production crew behind, but there's more. Watch this. I'm not kidding, guys. You think, okay, in this minute, he can't possibly go further out on a limb, but he manages somehow. Watch this.
And I guarantee you his subs, majority are bought and paid for. The sub count is not accurate.
Okay, the majority of I think he's talking about my 500,000 subscriber channel. The majority, the sub count's not accurate. And then listen to why he's saying that.
Wouldn't doubt he has, of course, he has a certain amount of subs, but the numbers are embellished. They're fake. They're fake numbers. The amount of views he gets, there should be a lot more.
Okay, so he's condemning me. He's calling me a shill because he says my sub count is bogus and my view count for the amount of subs I have should be way more. And I agree with him. But let me read you. This is a direct quote from Richie from Boston at the 9 minute and 33-second mark. I'm not kidding. Of RV Truth's video, where Richie from Boston says, if they're pulling massive views, they're telling half truths. He was referring to me and anybody who might be pulling massive views, even though RV Truth is saying right here, he doesn't even pull the views that he should be pulling. And I agree. And the reason for that is it's called shadow banning. I have 500,000 or more, almost 550,000 subscribers, and I can't even get 10,000 views. That's called being ratioed. Something's up there, and you would think, okay, maybe it's because you produce low quality, subpar content that nobody likes. Almost all of my content has above a 97% like ratio. Rarely does it go below 95. So it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you have a high view count, according to Richie, if they're pulling massive views, they're only telling half truths. In other words, they're lying. But if they don't pull enough views, well, there's something up there too. There's no, it's not even about winning. There's no rational, there's no reasoning with these people.
For the amount of supposed subs he has.
But wait, there's more.
So yeah, this is
well, wait till you hear what he says. He goes off on Media Bear for no reason. Listen to this.
I appreciate that 216er.
It's coming up.
Something like I said, was going to do. Didn't do it. I'm glad you did, so I can show this.
And let me show you this too while I'm at it. I guess two can play at this game because somebody already did with Russian vids. They put Russian vids in a Gematria calendar or calculator. And let me show you what they came up with. This is from Gematrinator. Gematrinator blog. Wake the world up with geometric universe and exposing those who govern by its code. Identity of Russian vids. It calls them out by name. Apparently, who cares where he lives. Ben P. Lyashenko. It says the user also infers that he's a member of a nearby Masonic temple. Never heard that. He's certainly got the name for it. Now, I don't know about these numbers, okay? I didn't know there was a 67. I knew there was a 33, a 32, 666. Beyond that, or 911 or whatever. It says Ben P. Lyashenko, if that's his name. 59, full reduction. Freemasonry, 59. I don't know if this is true. You guys who are more into Gematria than I am. Ben P. Lyashenko, which I assume is Russian vid. 67, Freemasonry. How can Freemasonry be 59 single reduction? I don't know what those mean. Ben P. Lyashenko, 340, English extension, 34th prime number is 139, Freemasonry 139. So this guy tears this guy up with the Gematria calendar just like RV Truth, Russian vids tore me up with the Gematria calendar. See what I mean about cannibalizing each other for no freaking reason? It just, this is why, in a sense, I've arrived at the conclusion, and I'm only, I don't know about Gematria. It looks interesting to me, but I can see how it can be used for great harm and slander, as in the case of RV Truth. Russian vids.
Fantastic. So Johnny, he shows today his toothpick. That's hilarious.
And then they start, it's so funny. Like if somebody said this in the chat room, he shows us today his toothpick arms, talking about me. What does that have to do with anything? And how is that even funny? I'd be like, he doesn't rebuke this guy, but he heavily rebukes Media Bear here coming up in a minute.
Shrika, no worries. Don't worry about it.
She's ashamed that she was subbed to me.
Way. That's the best way to learn. And like I told Rich, it's not about being right all the time. It's about getting it right. And that's the most important thing, is just getting it right. Yeah, definitely the baby truth there, /shill, /exposed, 100%.
I have since learned that baby truther is, I guess, inside lingo for them to say that you're a shill, you're a worker of the devil, worker of iniquity, Freemason.
Yeah. No wonder why he was saying, oh no, all that stuff you have on Ron Paul, it doesn't mean anything. All that stuff you have, on all these people. Wow. And let's get to it here.
I actually didn't say it didn't mean anything. If I said that, what I meant to say was that doesn't convince me that Ron Paul's a Freemason. And if Ron Paul isn't, let me ask you this. Can you be a Freemason and not be a bad guy? What do you guys think? Maybe we should do a call in. What do you guys think? Should we do a call in next time? Maybe we should do a call in about this.
And let's get to it here.
Oh, you know what? Somebody could. I've had people condemn me for being on YouTube. Like, you can't win with any of these people. There are purists out there who go, "Oh, if you're on YouTube, you're a shill," which would make me a shill. Everybody who's on YouTube, including Russian Vids, and Richie from Boston is on. But people go, "Well, you can be on YouTube, but if you're monetized, you're a shill." Well, Russian Vids is monetized with premium long run ads right now. He has super chat capability. Would I condemn him for that? No, I don't see anything condemnable in that.
Let's get back to it. The 666 mask. Are you kidding me?
Okay, here's where
he said they're bandanas. It says face covering.
Yeah, spread shirt says face covering.
Be repetitive, but anybody joining in late.
But it also says bandana under that, but he's not willing to read that.
And you're gonna put this 666 on your face? Wow, really? Unbelievable. This is RJ.
But it's okay for him to put the UN symbol on your shirt.
Also, you can't be the auditor and know who David.
Here's another thing. Look what this guy says under here. I'm doing my other channel is Here's the Deal. On YouTube, it's for First Amendment auditing and holding public officials accountable for being public officials and public servants. And this guy right here says, also, here's another standard by which they wouldn't want to be judged. Also, you can't be an auditor and not know who David from News Now Houston is. Who says, is that truth because you said it? Who set that rule? So there's no auditor? You mean every single auditor knows who Dave from News Now Houston is? And listen to what Russian Vid says here.
Yeah, that's impossible. Yeah, he tried to defend. He just, everything I put out, all the solid information he put out, he just tried to deny or downplay it. But I'm sure that dirtball, Brian's listening, as well as Dubé. Those two worms are listening right now. And they're probably steaming hot dogs right now together.
That's a reference to the solar cooker. It's like they took anything they could and just cast it in as bad of a light as you could possibly. If anybody knows, I think I said this on the live stream the other night. If anybody knows me, they know what I think about hot dogs.
Yeah, Eric's on task. Eric's in here because
Eric Dubé. I don't even know who Eric Dubé is, other than he's a flat earther. I've never met him, never talked to him. We've never dialogued on email or anything.
Because one of his fellow Masons got wrecked, so he's here for moral support.
He's calling me and Eric fellow Masons
because of course Brian just it was like a UFC match and he got knocked out. And, the handler told Dubé, "Hey, you better go in there and for damage control because we looked so bad tonight." We got owned.
Look how he plays all this out. The handler told Dubé, "Hey, go on there and go to bat for Brian because things didn't work out good for him."
And so Dubé's on task as well.
I see. The reason I'm showing you guys this is I can't believe people like this have an audience. How can people not look at this and go, this guy's way out on a limb? I mean, what's the basis for anything that you're saying? But if you question him, wait till you see Media Bear's coming up. If you just question him or make a comment that is truthful, he will have none of it. He will eject you.
But he's on my Skype. I did a stream with him, and he's not out there confronting me and denying things that I put up. So I don't have a problem with him. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, the whole thing with Brian, he was searching.
Look at this accusation right here. I just want to know how many words does Brian look up in the dictionary each day to use in his rebuttals to make him sound intelligent and confuse the hell out of me.
He was very hesitant. He was pausing for a long time, and he was thinking. Noggin was thinking, or he might have been listening to. He had an earpiece. I'm joking about the earpiece, but you never know. But definitely, his handlers told him to show up, and boy, I'm sure they're not happy with him at all. They're telling him, Brian, what the hell happened? You're a great speaker. RV is he's just an okay speaker, and he wrecked you. What happened? Because it's not how well you speak; it's the truth that will prevail.
This to me is an example of a stream can rise no higher than its source. The source in this case is RV Truth, and his audience is the stream, and they cannot rise above that because there's this mentality of, holy cow, we better not speak against RV Truth. He'll strike us from his channel. And so now he's got a whole bunch of people that just won't question him, won't say what really is going on with him.
That's what it comes down to. Well, Media Bear, you're the one wearing a mask.
Okay, here's Media Bear. Listen to this. Listen to all Media Bear said. All he said, you can see the text on the screen right here. Let me make sure you can see it. All Media Bear said is, all this division is controlled demolition. And now listen to what RV Truth says to our friend Media Bear.
Well, Media Bear, you're the one wearing a mask. You're pushing that too. So you can take a hike. You're out of here, pal. I don't trust you either. Get lost. You're just the clown aspect of truth. Just a sideshow. And I don't care if you're a patron. I don't want anything from you. You could be gone. Because this needs to be done. You got to separate the fakes from the real ones. And that's what this is about. And you'll notice, that's highly suspicious of you, Bear Media, whatever. You come here, you don't care about the truth that's being presented. Obviously, this guy is completely defending these known shills, and you're calling this like a controlled demo, whatever. Give me a break.
I think he's even misunderstanding. I don't even think Media Bear is meaning to come against RV Truth at all. All this division is controlled demolition. And I think what Media Bear is saying here is we need to stop being divided and we need to get united. But that's not how RV Truth is taking it.
You walked in the wrong salon, partner, Alex D. So yeah, Media Bear, you're gone. All the evidence, and you're still gonna be like, oh, you don't want division. You're a wimp for that.
You're a wimp.
I don't need people like you around here at
when
all.
He said that about Media Bear, my jaw literally dropped open. I was like, what? Who is this guy?
It's like anything in life. There's things we don't want to do. But it's a necessary thing that needs to be done, calling these people out. And it's funny, the shills are against that. You're no different than low impact flicks.
He's calling Media Bear shill.
Instead of saying, yeah, if you would have came here, Media Bear, and said, hey, you know what? You're right about a lot of things, RV, but, this whole, going against other people. But, you're not looking at that aspect.
Yeah, in the room, Sia Kyle says, RV, decide your fate his way or the highway. This must, Tech Tie says, this guy must get invited to all the parties.
At all. So, you're a gatekeeper as well. Yeah, that's exactly what Richie and I talked about. We're taking the gloves off. No more messing around. No more mucking around. I don't want to be associated with a lot of people. I'm not going to any flat earth conferences. I don't want to meet any of these people at all. I talk to people. All right, let's see here.
And he starts talking about, kind of positively about Jeff Berwick. And what he says here is pretty interesting. He basically says he won't call out anybody who's nice to him. Listen to this. There's a psychology that goes along with RV Truth.
Yeah. And of course, you're going to have, the idiots that fell for the lies of the Mason, Brian Young, low impact flicks come in here and be
the Mason, Brian Young, low impact flicks.
All upset. I don't even flinch at that stuff. Don't even flinch. Bunch of dummies. They don't have a clue. Easy to deceive. It's very, like that song by Billy Idol. It's so easy to deceive. It's easy to deceive. That's 100%. Just get a well-spoken guy. That quote is entertaining, and that's the recipe. Again, a little bit off the mainstream. That's a perfect recipe for, an agent.
I don't know, man. I wish we could build bridges. Even with this guy, I wish we could build bridges. But I can't sit here. I can't stand here and say that I would ever trust a guy that's being this dishonest. I know, because I know if he's going to be dishonest with me, and he's going to be dishonest with Media Bear, he's going to be dishonest with everybody. This is just not a good character. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, loving favor rather than silver and gold. Your character, your reputation, who you are as a person is everything. I'm not just talking about what you present to people. Like, I could present to you something and be completely different in real life. If that's who I am, presenting you one face of Brian Young, that's not being a good person. That's not going to improve this world. And this is why I feel it's necessary to let me just go on with a couple more minutes of this.
And he screamed agent right away. He got the boot. If anybody's joining in late, he got booted out. The heat of ho. In the old days, we used to do with people. We used to, with kids, just joking around, family. Grab them by their feet, grab them by their hands, and kind of swing them and just throw them. That's what Brian needed out of here. But yeah, I feel sorry for anybody that takes part in their nonsense on that side of it. Yeah, well, Jeff, he needs to understand. Knowingly, unknowingly, he needs to understand these people. No, they are not on our side. And I'm going to defend Jeff because he spoke very well about me in a video last year, and I appreciate that. So
listen, because Jeff spoke well of him in a video last year, listen to what RV Truth's mentality is here.
I'm not going to return.
Because Jeff Berwick promotes a lot of Max Egan and David Icke and my own content. But he's not going to say anything bad about Jeff Berwick because Jeff Berwick has nice things to say about RV Truth.
Negative energy back at him. That's not cool. Just like, Eddie Bravo speaks well about me, I'm not going to badmouth them here. I'll mention things I disagree, but not in a harmful or, condescending or, in a bad way.
So he'll be ugly to you and condescending and in a bad way if you're not nice to him. Listen to this.
But it's okay to have disagreements, but it's the way it's handled. That's funny because, guys like Brian doesn't expose any Freemasons. He defends them. He covers up for them. Showing this, with the black and white and Corona in the back. Really?
Does anybody know what the significance of that is? Does Corona really matter? Does the word checkmate matter? Does the black and white truly matter to somebody who's not clued in on it? Can't you just think that? I mean, I personally think that's a really cool design. But listen also to what he says about his hat being backwards. This is the Greg Anderson, former cop. Listen.
Really? Wearing his hat backwards, by the way.
Wearing his hat backwards. Now, he makes that sound like it's negative. I don't want to take it further than he took it. But saying that he wears his hat backwards, who else wears their hat backwards? All the time. That's the Senator's Richie from Boston with the Masonic hand symbol and wearing his hat backwards. So it's a strike one and strike two. Why isn't Richie out measured by their own standards? It really makes you wonder.
Yeah, it was a joke. Brian's a joke. The people that hire him, I'm sure they're like, they might fire him. Who knows? They're like, what the hell, Brian? Like I said earlier, you're an articulate guy. You're a well-spoken guy. We're going to put you, set you up against RV, and we want you to do a good job of dismantling him. And it didn't happen that way, And they thought for sure Brian was going to come in here and clean house, and it was the exact opposite. Yeah, so, like I said, I was very surprised that Brian even did that. But like I said, he was told to. He probably didn't want to, but he was told to. And like I said,
that's another lie.
It was like the Twin Towers coming down. It was, wow. Yeah, I was like, man, it was a joke. Yeah, he got roasted like a wiener, that's for sure.
So anyway, he keeps on going with this.